Hello, and welcome to another amazing episode of the Misfit Toys Comedy Podcast. We have a very special guest, Miss Janice Rodriguez. Got some snaps, jazz hands. What's up? What's up? My beautiful and talented co-host, Miss Maria de la Ghetto. Welcome, welcome. And I'm LoveSky. And it is another session. We are starting. It's winter session. And it is time to breakfast and bitch. What did you have for breakfast? And what is bizarre, ironic, terrifying, crazy, and hard about life right now, Janice?
Iggy, no big deal. It's Janice. So, because I have to be extra.
Janice? It's going to be Janice. It's like my mom said, so many times, people will tell my mom, they're like, yeah, it's Christina. And she's like, I'm going to call you Ivanka.
Right.
But that's not my...
That's my name. No biggie.
You know what?
It's cool. I've been correcting people my whole life. All good. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm glad that you won the first test. Because I know, but I wanted to see how long your people pleaser self was going to let me roll with it before you actually said something.
She's like, first of all, there's no people pleaser.
I was just waiting for the break. I was like, please.
No, because
it's a thing.
It's happened where we'll do half the show before someone will speak up. And it was a test, and you won with flying colors. So
I was like, we know each other-ish. Thank you. Did I pass?
No, I was doing it on purpose, and now you won.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have an interesting name like yourself, I'm sure you know that people do it. And I have a whole joke about this, how people get offended when I correct them. And I say it very nicely, like, hey, no big deal. And they're all like, your mom can't spell. I'm like,
I was like, first of all,
right. We go crap now, right? I don't get it though. I would feel bad.
Then it's Maria.
Right, Maria, right. It's weird.
It's your name.
So no worries. Anyway. You want to know what I had for breakfast? You're like, that's how it goes. Wait, what did I have?
That's what I want to hear.
Breakfast, eggs, some Canadian bacon,
I want to know what Janice had and what Janice had.
Janice had a basic bitch breakfast. But
Janice had eggs Florentine.
Right, exactly. With poached egg, a mimosa. No. Only the finest of bacon cuts. No, sorry. Janice is a little basic these days. Whatever's in the fridge, yeah. Eggs. I'm on a Canadian bacon kick. I get it from Costco. Just the flat bacon. It's in a circle. I don't know if it makes it.
That's not bacon.
In a circle, it's Canadian. I don't know.
I don't know, but it doesn't taste like regular bacon.
Yeah, it's ham.
To be amazed.
You got
ham. Get it together. I don't know why.
He's our super fan.
Why is it Canadian? Why is it Canadian bacon?
Girl, you got amazed. You on the spot now.
Ray Turner, hi.
So what's been bizarre?
It was breaking up, so I was like,
yeah, sorry, Iggy was breaking up a minute. That's why I'm being quiet.
I'm back.
Catch up. Yeah, no biggie.
So BITCH about life. What's been bizarre, ironic, terrifying, crazy, and hard?
Thank you. I was like, I missed something there. Dude, obviously, are we sick of talking about politics? But kind of. I'm worried about a coup. I'm worried.
Oh, I saw that TikTok.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about happy stuff. I wish I could just bitch about my experience at Walgreens this morning, but no, seriously, there's bigger shit going on in the world,
Yeah, but you could totally bitch about your experience at Walgreens.
At Walgreens.
Please, by all means.
Yeah,
what if you
he's just I don't want you to yeah, I do want you to fake smile. Everyone's sad right now. I'm leaving my house. I'm taking a risk. Could you at least not be a can I cuss on here?
Oh yeah.
There you go. You're back, Iggy. I know you're
I know. I'm like, what is going on? It's either his internet or he's disassociating.
Right. He's floating above his body right now. I love it, Iggy.
It freezes at the most perfect times too.
Shit's gotten real. I need that.
Oh my god.
Tired of shit.
Okay, so real quick, to be fair though, he works at I worked at Walgreens for 5 miserable years.
Oh my God. Okay. There was no bueno.
5 years. And like, let me just give you an example of the pettiness that I had to deal with and like the ridiculous ass bullshit.
Okay.
And I understand from the customer's point of view and also as an employee.
Yeah.
But I had a lady, we had a thing on, you know, she was purchasing something and she was an elderly lady, so I get it. I'm like, okay, you're not even boomer, like you were probably raised in the Great Depression era.
For sure.
But it was $1. The item was $1. This bitch had me change it to 99 cents. And 25-year-old Maria was a petty ass bitch and was just hateful. I was a hateful bitch. And I was a millimeter close to throwing a quarter at her and being like, I'm not changing it. Take the damn quarter for your damn penny. Like, I almost lost my mind. All that rage suppression has manifested into high blood pressure. So now I take a pill every day. So there's that.
Every morning when you take it, you're like, Walgreens.
Yeah. Walgreens, every other corporate bullshit monster I've ever worked for.
Customer service. Yeah, no. It's
Customer service, honestly. So
Yeah.
while I understand your point of view, I also understand the employee and like
I can tell he was like, he was done. Like, I don't know if it was, he was like, I was like, so I was like, okay, I get it. But he was just being so like cranky to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I can just tell he hated his life. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you know, but
although the fact that you're nice, like most of the time, if you're nice, you know, then I think that warrants a like also a polite, you know, like, oh, thanks. Have a good one. You know?
Now Trader Joe's though, sometimes they take that shit too far.
Oh my God.
I'm coming in there with the attitude and they're coming in like with too much like
yeah.
Slow it down. I'm just here
like they give you free coffee and a Prozac or what? Is that what's the instead of donuts? You have Prozac?
And for Ray and those that are watching from the United Kingdom, from London, from Wales.
Okay.
What is Trader Joe's? I know what it is, but explain to the people that are not from America and who may be in a part of America that doesn't. Wait, what is Trader Joe's?
It's just a grocery store.
Bro, it is not just a grocery store. It is way more. It's a
Trader
community.
Joe's. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a low key cult, but not like where they're gonna commit suicide for the comet. You know what I mean?
They're not gonna all put on Nikes and then kill themselves and like aliens
and drink some Kool-Aid with some shit in it.
So in this communal socialist grocery store that serves organic nectarine,
they're not all organic, by the way. Just saying.
No, they force their poor workers to handwrite every sign. There's a chalkboard over the thing.
Oh my God.
If you have bad penmanship, you are not allowed to work at Trader Joe's.
Right. You have to be like really visually creative.
They literally.
Oh, you know what? It's like the Lush of grocery stores because Lush is big in the UK. It's a skincare company and they handwrite all their shit too. I had to do that. I worked for Lush. God, I worked everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, where else did you? We're gonna be posting Maria's resume shortly.
I worked for Lush. I worked for Louis Vuitton. I've worked for but yeah, like it's just but you know what, they treat their, like, as far as I've heard, in comparison to other employers and stuff, they treat their workers pretty good.
Yeah. No, yeah, my stepbrother used to work there for a long time. Yeah, he says it was a really great experience. Cool. I don't know if like they all get in a room in the morning and like do a cheer and like do the gases come out and then they get like all happy because
God, I couldn't do it. I couldn't work
too much for me sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a pep rally every morning at the loading dock. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I cannot, honestly, this is how awful. Like, look at my shirt. It says "Stay Positive" and it's the Grim Reaper. Like,
see, exactly.
I can only take honestly, I cannot stand too much positive reinforcement. Like this is like honestly why one of the reasons I don't go to a gym or have like a private or what do you call it, like a trainer or something. I took a few classes back in the day with my sister, and they were just like, "Come on, you can do it," and then like, you know, I'm doing my thing, and like it was just so much. I just like in the middle, she's like, "Come on, you got this, you got this," and I'm like, "I'm about to get your throat if you don't get out of my face and let me do these push-ups. Just leave me alone."
Right.
If I don't do it, I don't do it. If I do, I'm responsible for my actions.
Right.
Oh, I cannot stand that shit. Oh my God.
Well, this is funny because there's also this whole thing now with like toxic positivity.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's real.
And that's like some minimizing shit. Like I don't.
Yep.
And I didn't know until like saw that. I was like, "Ooh, that's what it is." I'm so glad somebody like put a word on it. You know.
So Iggy, I think he has that face of
like, what is toxic positivity?
So my mother just calls it being American.
I mean, really, that's
on
the short version of it. Honestly, they're just like they disregard the fact that not everything is okay, and that is okay. That's the problem with Americans. They're like,
he's like,
I have to be happy all the time. I'm from the what is it? Freaking communist Russia. Nothing is okay, and we've accepted that, and that is our normal.
She was like, happiness is something you do in private.
I like that. I like
and joy it causes cancer. Joy causes cancer. The only people that are happy in public
it causes wrinkles.
Idiots and assholes.
Oh my God. Honestly.
Because number one, you're an idiot because you don't respect the suffering of the people around, or two, you're an asshole because you're rubbing in the salt into the wounds of everybody else.
Right.
So in a Russian's perspective, if you're happy on the street, you're either ignorant or an asshole. And so I was never allowed to be happy in public. Like I would start to get happy and she'd smack me. That's for private. Happiness is for private.
Oh my God.
That is
that's the other extreme though. I'm okay with being happy.
Yeah, right.
I think there's
Healthy
this
balance.
thing where you even just complain a little bit or say something. It's always like first world problems, you know, we're very dismissive.
Yeah.
And I'm like I know, but can we sometimes stuff sucks, you know? Yeah. And I even saw that now. I'm like, there was this suffering Olympics through the 2020. Well, I've got it worse than you. And I'm like, okay, I'm just who cares? We none of us win. So who cares?
We're all amidst the flames of this country that is burning.
Oh, right.
It's fine. Totally. We're all, you know, death does not know prejudice. Just
look at
so stay positive. You see, you're all the same to him right there.
Mm-hmm. And it's serious, yeah. With everything kind of going on, I think, yeah. And then just it's a lot. I've had to, I know we all have to do social media for our comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But man, that was turning into a cesspool. So for my own self-care, I was like, I gotta get off this. I'll just post and I gotta bounce.
You are beaming in from Chicago.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
So for those who are watching, what is the difference between, because Maria and I are West Coast.
Right.
So what is the main difference? Have you been to LA?
Yeah, but a long time ago.
Okay, so what is the main difference between Chicago and the West Coast? For those that don't know, break it down. What's Chicago compared
to?
Chicago
beefs, we eat a lot. I feel like LA people are starving because they're all in entertainment. Is this a stereotype?
Yes, because clearly I am OG LA and ain't nobody hungry right here. The only one that looks hungry is my shirt. Homeboy is starving, but me, I'm no.
No, I just feel like it's a very, it's a hardworking, it's just part of that Midwest, hardworking, loves sports, loves fatty, rich food. And overall is pretty cool. Chicago's very liberal, but you got the pockets out in the, in the suburb and then even in the city, but people keep that on the DL, Trump is no bueno.
Nice.
Yeah, right. I was like, you racism. Yeah.
Are you of Latin persuasion?
I am of the Latin persuasion.
Do they get
that name? Thank you for asking. No, my family's from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
that's really cold for Puerto Rico.
But I grew up
I'm cold now and it's 70 degrees.
I'm a whole mess. I'm the whitest Puerto Rican I know.
Not be above a certain latitude line.
Dude, hello.
I agree.
What on earth got you there?
Well, that's my mom, because my dad's New Yorker. He's from Brooklyn.
Oh.
So he was already here, but my mom's from the islands. I always ask, and it makes no sense how we ended up in Indiana. It's such a bizarre story. I won't bore everybody. But look at your face, Maria. What the hell?
I'm like,
it really was. I had Puerto Ricans in our direct neighborhood. Wow. And then when we got to church, I knew, I grew up with a lot of Mexican, even Colombian, but I was the Puerto Rican one, but not in our whole town. It just so happened in where we lived. But yeah, it's just a different. But it was the 80s. I don't know. I mean, everybody just hung with everybody. It wasn't like we didn't know. We didn't know there was like racism. I didn't find that out till later.
Indiana sounds like Pollyanna, just something not good.
Right? But it's it's Northwest, so it's right outside this Chicago. So Chicago's right on the border.
Is like this island or oasis of creativity, free thought, surrounded by this sea of ignorance and racism. Is that my understanding?
Sounds.
Yeah. That's pretty intense, but yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
It's intense, but also accurate.
Like it changes. It does change. You go like 15 minutes, and you'll be like in the country, like depending on where you are. Like if like where my parents are, you just go 15 minutes south and it changes. You start seeing cornfields and stuff, like all of a sudden.
Because I'm ignorant, and I was working. I used to go to Chicago once a year at least to work, and I turned on my dating app, and this guy hit me up, and he's like, "Oh, are you from Chi-Town?" And I was like, "Do I look Chinese to you?"
Oh Lord!
And I was like, "What part of this looks Chinese?"
Oh my God!
And I was like, Chi-Town, that's a little racist. You might be Chinese.
We just met.
Yeah, and I was like,
with the wrong guy.
I don't like. If I was Chinese, I could probably pass for like Mongolian crossed over fine. But for you to be like, "Ooh, are you Chinese?"
Could be Eurasian.
Like
you could be Eurasian.
Perhaps you're from Kazakhstan.
We got into it. So what does Chi-Town mean?
Oh, I don't. It's just people don't want to say Chicago. I don't know.
I didn't know. I thought he was just giving me a racial slur, and I was like, I am not part of your Chinese town, your Chi-Town. No, thank you. Keep your racism to yourself. That date did not happen, obviously.
He's like, you take this too far. I thought you were cute, but no, like, it doesn't mean anything.
Have you? So, what funny misunderstanding, cultural or racial situations have happened? That to me was my first experience with Chi-Town, where I was like, don't be calling me Chinese when I'm not Chinese, and then making fun of my. That was a weird thing that happened in Chicago.
It's because you gotta do the soft CH, like shh. Like
Chi-Town.
Right, you're writing like shy. That's the problem.
This is the thing. He didn't explain to me. He just blocked me. And it wasn't until I got on top of that, what do they call it now? The Sears building, the big tower.
I still call it Sears. It's called the Willis Tower now, but
so it wasn't until I was riding the elevator in the Sears Tower, Willis Tower, that they're like, "Welcome to Chi-Town," and I was like, "Oh, I'm the asshole." Oh, and then I see this whole thing. Oprah comes to Chi. I'm like,
trying to text him back, and he's like,
"Yeah, I'm like, I'm so sorry."
Oh my God!
I took an elevator ride in the Sears Tower to show me that I'm the asshole.
That's all it took.
That is great.
Out here, I haven't had any. I had weird stuff in Florida, because I lived in Florida for 10 years. Yeah. Oh. And it was
why?
I lived in a very ethnically diverse. Listen, look at me, guys. I don't look white, right? Do I look white to you?
White passing. You could trick someone here and there, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. Like
when I'm pass for Mediterranean.
Say it again.
What? You could pass for Mediterranean.
There you go. That makes sense.
You could give me Sicilian, a little Spanish, French coastline, like
that ethnic white,
right? Greek. Okay, again, I meant like Western European. No, I mean,
no, you're pretty.
Not to offend anybody in the UK watching us right now. Thank you, Marie.
Oh, I don't care.
I love
500 years of oppression. You could take 20 seconds of that.
I love you, Scots and you Irish. I don't know.
Oh my God, I love those accents. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my God, you don't like those? Oh my God, girl, don't even get me started.
But no, seriously, what I mean for me was the reason I say that is because I just feel like I looked not by blonde. You know, I don't know. I feel like I can tell that I'm not just 100% white, and I've had people say like racial stuff to me about other groups of people, and I'm like, did you think I would agree with you? Like, it's just
weird.
It's like, and that only happened to me in Florida. A, that they were so open about it, and B, that like they thought that I would just agree with them. Like I had this thing on a plane where I told them where I lived in this neighborhood in Tampa, and they were like, "Why do you live there with all those ex?" I'm not gonna say it, N-word. And I'm just like, but like, you know, when somebody says something and you wish you could go back and say something, like it was just so shocking that I was like, headphones. Like I just did the ignore thing, but like today I'd be like, you know, but so then it was just like,
because that's why I love comedy, and it's something that I teach in the Misfit Toys, is that the blessing of comedy is you can go back and heal the wounds of the past.
There you go.
In those moments where someone said something or hurt you or was inappropriate, now's your chance on stage with a microphone to clap back. So what would you say to that person now had you the time and the courage? What would you say?
I think I would just be like, what makes you think that I would like? I mean, like, what makes you think you could talk to me like that? Is really what it is. Like, what did I give you the vibe that like you can use that word around me? You know, that's just offensive to me to like that you would even that word does not belong coming out of your mouth. That's not for you to say. So yeah, I mean, I would just I think I try to be calm about it. I don't know, man, but now. See, I'm older, and if I had a drink in my hand, there would have been a fight. There would have been air marshal.
You're like, I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just.
Yeah, I'd have been air marshal. I would have been dragged off the plane. I would have become a viral video. It would not have gone well. Do you see what I'm saying?
Would have screamed he had a bomb, something.
Right. Well, that would have been better. I'd be like,
yeah. You know,
but yeah, also, I mean, you know, hindsight 2020. But you know, also too, I can't go to jail. I have things to do. So
I feel that.
My mouth can get me in trouble, so I've got to, you know, be real strategic about it.
But even the racism, it doesn't even, you know, like the fact, you know, okay, that was clearly a white person, or you know, I have mirrors in my house. I know I'm ugly. Oh, Ray! You're beautiful, Ray. You're the only one I'll say that to.
We Ray, you are sexy Santa. I will put you in every month.
Yes!
In December. You give me that beard that I want to pull on and climb up. Okay, he's got this beard.
He will sit on your lap and tell you what he
come
wants
down my chimney anytime, baby. Woo woo.
That's right. You can come down my chimney anytime, and I got cookies at the bottom.
I love.
Also, that was Maria, not me. You're good with me. I'm just throwing Maria under the bus.
You know what? There's a lot of men out there who would love to prove me wrong, and that's fine. It's a psychological game.
Yeah, I got it. It belongs.
But what I was gonna say is, it's crazy how even the racism doesn't always come from. It comes from like your own people. Like, like I grew up in LA. And I experienced racism all day, every day, because, like, first of all, you don't even know what I am. Like, I'm half Filipino and half Mexican, but I look Hawaiian or Samoan. Mm-hmm. Like, depending on how my hairstyle is done that day, if I have it in, like, a bun, or, like, my little Asian, like, space buns, I look like a fat Cabbage Patch anime character. Like, honestly, and then like right now, like right here, look, I'm like, look at this. Look like I'm about to start singing. You know, what can I say except you? What? Like, it's a joke, but it's real. That's like so real. That's why I do not part it in the middle. That's not cute. But I spent 10 years in this very tiny. It's not very. It's tiny. It's the Imperial County, and the racism there from Mexicans. And the white people, but like what's sad is the Mexicans there, the Latinos, because I want to be inclusive, but it's pretty much everyone is Mexican because we're next to the border, and they'll say stuff like, "Oh, you know, these Mexicans are taking our jobs," and I look at them like,
"What, Raul? What'd you say?"
Like, excuse me, Mr. Lopez. Not the real Mr. Lopez that I'm thinking like that. He might be seeing this because he was actually a great teacher. He might be racist. I don't know, but he was a nice teacher. I'm not talking about him. Just first name that popped in my head because I know a real Mr. Lopez there.
Dude, everybody knows a Mr. Lopez.
I know, for reals.
It's like Mr. Jones. What do you say?
Yeah. So like for them to say stuff like that, I'm just like that implicit racism that they don't even know is racist. And I just want to be like, first of all, this is our country first. You over here out here talking all this smack. I'm like, don't even get me started. And like, it's just so crazy. And it's just I go back. And every time I go back each year, the more like aware and educated I become, I'm just like, oh my God, what? Because
This was
before,
messed up. Yeah.
yeah,
You look back
'cause
on stuff, you're like,
I
that
have to
wasn't-
admit, like, I grew up around that, so it was commonplace in my mindset too, like, you know, to say things like that. One specifically is because we get a lot of people from Mexicali, and they, you know, they come to the, you know, the restaurants in El Centro, and stuff like, oh, you know, those people from Mexicali, they never tip, and so it's like, ugh, you know, like they're like, you know, whether they're insinuating that they're cheap or poor or they're just whatever, but it's like,
it was just something you said,
just,
you heard it so much.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's just that stereotyping, and that like there's no like incentive for them or any kind of like reasoning to think, well, why do they do that, or why do you think everyone is like that? And like they're just so culturally uneducated, and it's just,
that's what it is.
Man, to hear that stuff
People
from your
haven't traveled,
own people.
they haven't met other people.
Yeah,
when you're in that vacuum where you just keep hearing the same feedback, you know. That's why you've got to go travel. You've got to get out of your spaces. I mean, and that's it. And for the first time you hear something, you're like, "What? Oh, I never even thought about it that way." You know.
And I know Mr. Lopez. Oh wow, a Spanish stand-up comedian. That's so cool.
Spanish,
get him on the
from
show.
Spain, though. Okay, we're gonna look him up.
Yes, that's so cool. Ignacio Lopez.
All right, I love it.
Speaking of comedy, when did you start, and what got you into it? What was the impetus? What was that tipping point where you're like, you know what? I need more than a glass of alcohol in my hand. I need a microphone. Like, I need a microphone and an amp, because what I got to say is more powerful than this margarita. When did that happen?
Oh my God. I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know. I still like to drink, you know what I'm saying? No, but honestly, it was so I've owned a business for 15 years until the Rona. What's unemployed, lost everything. It's cool. I'm great. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I swear I'm good. I'm fine. But actually what happened was, so I moved back, my husband and I moved back to the city from Florida. And at that time the business was going really well, and I was like pulling my hair out. I was working way too much. So I tell this story because I was like, you know, I need to do something for me. I need to get some freaking self-care. I need to do whatever. And it was like, it was December. I keep getting the years wrong. I think it was December of 14, maybe it was 15. And it was like, you know, New Year's resolution time. And I just got my laptop out and I was like, women comedy classes, Chicago. Cause I had just like moved back. And then the Kates popped up. And that's like how I met Dina. It's like all these things, like all these people like have just been all kind of connected. But the Kates was originally founded by Kelsey Huff. She's still here in the city. I mean, everything in Chicago is kind of weird. Like it's like, you know, comedy's kind of press pause a little on the live stuff, but obviously got the virtual stuff. But anyway, so her whole thing was like giving women a platform and a voice. Because as you guys know, people still don't book us. Right? Yep. This is like 5 years ago. And it's just like, I took the class. I didn't even know about open mics. It like never crossed my mind to just like write something and go up to an open mic. You know what I mean? So I did it the class route, like totally sight unseen, hadn't written anything, you know, just that whole side of my life had been like dead because I was just working all the time. So yeah, I got a laugh. Honestly, I got a laugh. That was it. I was hooked. Somebody laughed at something I said, and I was like, that's it.
Do you recommend taking a workshop or doing some kind of thing, like just taking a class of some, like that really helped?
Yeah, because like I did it backwards, where I like took a lot of people like kind of start it and then they take a class. I did the class first because I just really didn't know how to structure a joke. I have thoughts and ideas, but I, you know, just that base. I know you guys are starting to do some classes, right? That's awesome. Just that even basic structure. Then as you start advancing, you know, learning how to bookend things and build a set and tags and all that good stuff. So I didn't even know that language, you know. So totally recommend it.
So we are starting our winter semester next week.
I think you're missing a Y. You didn't put the whole comedy, just so everybody knows. It's comedy.
Oh, geez, Louise, I can't do this. So let me miss it. See, thank you.
It's that Mexican fun, baby. It's cooking you.
It's not my first language.
I've been doing comedy since I was 19. I'll be 36
Damn, I love it so much.
this month, but I've been off and on. Like I've been doing it off and on. So this is finally like, this is like third time's a charm. I quit my job this time. I committed full time, but
Wow.
I only recently discovered in the last year about joke structures and how to write jokes and all the different types of jokes. And I took a class, I think last year, like a 2-day workshop to learn. I learned about some like stuff that I actually learned in depth with Iggy. So last year I took like a couple classes and then that was the extent of it. But I still didn't know how to like form a joke the way that I learned with, you know, like the proper way or whatever. So when I took the classes with Iggy, that's where I really learned how to write the different joke structures and have solid punchlines and like you said, tags. I didn't even know what a tag was until I took the class. I took the classes with Iggy. Like Iggy is the one that really helped me get my comedy to where it's at right now. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Took me
I'm gonna take the class again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like even if you
because as you get more experience, you like start different styles and different. I'm experienced now with characters. I'm doing a little bit more voices and just working on act outs.
Covers all of that, and it really helps.
At first, I was like this. I am so stiff, and then I was like, why? In life, I'm like this.
Yes,
stage, so I want to work on voice, body. I mean, I'm still learning. You know? Yeah,
it's a free class. It's an intensive comedy. It's a comedy intensive. It's free. This Saturday at 2 Pacific, LA West Coast time. You just have to email us.
Okay.
And basically, what I'm going to do is give an overview of what the semester is going to be like. And I call myself the comedy genie. Because I'm a comedy genie, because it requires all of us to make our wishes come true. And I've been in the biz for a long time, and my job is to make your comedy dreams come true, whatever they may be.
Right.
And people bring them to the table, and we make them come true. Go, I want to do that. Great. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but I give you the roadmap to get there. I'm like, this is what it takes. And I've been there. Trust me. This is what it takes to get to that point. This is what it takes to get there. I'm not going to do it for you, but I will show you how to get there. And then it's up to you to put in the discipline and the work. Right. But it's not this, it's very tangible. And I just break it down into a system that's like, here's the map. It's up to you to get your gas, get your oil changed, pick a car that's going to make it, and get there. I'm just giving you the map.
You said this like your story. You got to come up with what you're trying to say. And I get it. We've all been a little hacky. So maybe we were first starting out. I've had a couple of hacky jokes. I look back, I'm like, ugh. But it's like, it takes a while to develop your voice. And like, at what point, what do you want to say? And it's like, okay, I'm 42. I'm married. I'm Latina. I don't have any kids. Like, I've done this, done that. Like, I have like another.
You're 42?
I'm 42. Great. Yeah, my birthday was last Thursday. What? Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Thanks, baby. And today's my 9-year wedding anniversry. Remember I told you?
That's right. Happy anniversary. Oh,
I was like, honey, I got comedy to do. I got to talk to my friends out in LA.
But it's so funny that you mentioned what you said, because I've come across just in the last week comedians that are, been in the game for 4 or 5 years. They have credits, TV credits, Laugh Factory, etc.
Yeah.
After one session at the Misfit Toys, they're like, oh my God, you've totally pinpointed why my comedy has no soul, why I don't have a message, why I'm trying to. No, because.
And then they quit. They're like, that's it. No, I know.
Some people, like pop music. Some pop music gets the views, gets the listening to, it's fun to dance to, but it doesn't have the soul. How do you combine something that's popular with something that has soul and something to say? Right. And that's the new true challenge in comedy, I feel, is combining, because you don't want to err on the other side. We're like, if I wanted to go to church, I'd go to church. Can you keep your preachiness to yourself? So where is that medium between, just candy and broccoli? How can we find a happy medium, metaphorically speaking, between sweet and delicious and healthy, and find that comedic balance?
Really delicious. Right. But I'll be authentic. Thank you, Ray. That's so sweet. And then also like being authentic, I think also, as a woman and as a brown woman, Latina, I mean, I think that's also, I mean, I can get in a whole thing for this about.
Well, no, I love it.
Is it always like it's like, I
What
feel like a little more of a responsibility. Yeah, but it's also sometimes wishing like, okay, not wishing I was a white man, but meaning like, I just want to tell a joke sometimes. Like sometimes it doesn't have to be that heavy, you know? So it's also finding that balance. You know what I'm saying, Maria? It's hard to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Because like, I feel like some guys can just go up there and be like, dick, weed, woo. And like, I got to be up there and be like, I'm not having kids. Like I got to like talk about some deep.
Yeah, honestly, like I kid you not, man.
Yeah.
That's really, because like, think about it. Like, I get it. Like, I will say, trauma, it just, that is the one of like the main foundations of a very funny comedian. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's true. Your pain is our pleasure. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I can't do any more open mics with all these cis hetero white men who clearly have had happy childhoods. Okay, like you ain't got shit to say, sir. Pass the mic on.
Married? What? Like,
oh my god! Oh, your mother hugged you and told you she loved you every day. Oh my god! So while I understand that, at the same time, like you said, we don't always have to talk about like the diversity and the trauma that we went through. Like sometimes I just want to talk shit about a bitch that pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just about I burnt the grilled cheese and I almost set the house on fire. Like that has nothing to do with my ethnicity, you know?
Thank you. And that's like the discussion kind of happening in Hollywood now too. It's like, can you just write a role and it could be for anybody? Do you have to like write a Latino or does it have to be an eight? Like, can it just be for anybody? Because they put that in like the scripts when you're auditioning for stuff. And it's like,
yes.
So do I got to play this like your stereotype of a Latina? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like I'm so tired of seeing fat girls on screen and the main focus is the struggle with them being fat. Can we just have a fat girl who's fat? Like not every fat girl needs to deal with this traumatic, like I have low self-esteem. Like we've gotten over it, trust.
Right.
And not, it doesn't always
You're
have
like,
to
I still smash, baby.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
I don't need you to feel sorry for me. I'm good.
I know. Is though, hashtag, you know, X20, hashtag put a girl in some lace that fits.
Yep.
And have Paris Goebel choreograph her ass.
Right. I love
it. And if we're there, we're just not there in the comedy world yet.
Right.
Yeah.
We get there. What does authentic mean to you, Maria? When I say the word authentic, what does that mean to you, authentic?
I mean, there's a couple of different meanings, you know, there's the like abuela making my authentic albóndigas, you know, and then
not that racial race.
Yeah, for real. And then there's also just being authentic, like to yourself, to whatever it is you're trying to do. Like if like, I will say like I auditioned for a role that I felt was sort of like, I guess, close to authentic. I sent an audition tape. She was supposed to be like this half Latina, half Filipina, like Bay Area stripper, which, you know, which was cool. And like the way that they wrote her, they were trying to make it authentic. Like she spoke Tagalog and Spanish, but then like they really tried really hard with the like the ghetto, like the hood, like lingo. Like it was like overly done. I was like, okay, calm down. We don't really, you know, we know how to speak English.
Yeah.
If we speak 3 languages, I bet money we can speak proper English. Like we don't need to say like, you know, a slang word every, you know, it was just overly done. But
one thing is if you're in a mood, you're talking about like everyday talking. You're not like like
you could tell it was a white guy trying to write like hood who probably like hung out in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And he like knew,
Mexican friend.
But then he overdid it. I was like, all right, take it back.
Don't be calling me out, Maria. Don't be calling me out because I probably wrote on
Yeah, I'm calling you out, Iggy. I'm calling all of it out. I am done.
Probably writing for that show, so bitch.
But there you go. And this is talking about like who's at the table, who are the creators, who are the writers, and like you're not when you don't have diversity at that level,
exactly,
it's not gonna come out on screen because you've got people writing like even like just stupid stuff like I don't know if you guys watch Shameless ever. It's about
I love
Chicago.
that show.
They film it here sometimes they don't. But also,
they also film it in my hometown in LA sometimes. I've seen
right.
them on.
And they just seem like, I think, like, the location shots.
Yeah.
But they made a lot of mistakes in the script, like talking about stores that aren't here, and I catch it every time. I'm like, see, that's like, you need to hire like a Chicago person. Like, I just see like one script reviewer or something. Like, and then even like location wise, I know you can't get your permits everywhere, but like they'll say stuff, and I'm like, that's like an hour away. The things that happen, they pop up, and like they're on the wrong side of town. I'm like, that's not how that works. It's just little things like that. Like,
yeah.
And I'm thinking, y'all got a budget, but it's just somebody, and it just feels a little unreal to me sometimes when people do that, because it seems like you're kind of being careless,
That reminds me. So like I'm down here running these Airbnb things in Mexico. And I had these Insta famous people, influencers, come stay here.
Really?
And I was like, I'll take care of you. I'll get you firewood, give you the VIP treatment. All I ask is that, you give us a shout out.
Okay.
Nothing. A week. Silence. Then I started stalking them on Instagram.
As one does, as we do.
One shall do.
They geotagged my house. #Mykonos. #Jet Set.
Oh my God!
You did it.
I was like, bitch, just because you photoshopped out the donkey don't mean you in Mykonos.
Oh my God. See, my petty ass would have just been like,
you are playing your balalaika or whatever the instrument is, guitar, in my living room saying,
right,
living your best life. No. Living my authentic best life.
Yeah. It's like highly offensive too. Like
I was like, are you too embarrassed to be in Mexico? Is Baja you? Like, I took it so personally.
No, I would too.
Like, I was like, I drank like half a bottle of tequila before I responded, which I probably should have done beforehand, because afterwards I was like, like, it was not cute.
No, but this is like, they're American, right? Like,
yeah,
white, I would say white.
Los Angeles.
No, that's the thing. It's just like, why would you do that? Like, it's.
And I was like, you could have been like,
people who probably have immigrant. Like, it's just that whole mindset like comes up in other ways. I love Mykonos. Been there. Haven't been there in years, but it's wonderful. But it's white and blue. It's like, how the hell? They don't even look like. No, sorry.
Never been. But
I do think it's offensive that you wouldn't give a shout out to AU and everything you're doing, and then also to our neighbors our brothers really to the south. Like, it's ridiculous.
I just ordered a Mykonos backdrop on Amazon. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna play it like everybody else. So
oh my God.
I'm like, I ordered a Costa Rica backdrop. I ordered a Mykonos backdrop. I'm like, look, I'm in Guam. So I posted me in Guam. And lo and behold, oh my God, Iggy, I'm in Guam too. We should meet in that. And I'm like, I'm not feeling so good. Maybe we should wait until
it's a pandemic. We're in quarantine. I can't meet nobody.
Like, are you even allowed to go to Greece? I thought like the EU shut everybody down anyway.
Exactly.
Probably just Americans.
You would be getting bad comments for that. Like, don't be bringing our disease. Yes. Well, it's not ours. It's everybody's, but we have it real bad.
Yeah, because Americans don't know how to be mindful of other people. Like, that's literally the problem. Mm-hmm. Protesting masks. That's pendejo.
Oh my God.
If we could tell.
Love the hair, Iggy. Love it.
Okay, do you see me, girl? Do you see this?
I love it.
God, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It grows out too.
You look like a crazy Einstein, like his younger son or something, or before he went gray.
I was a cute gay boy.
You are a cute gay boy.
No.
Yes, I saw your look. I saw you on your Instagram.
Like, I used to
you picked out.
Like, I used to be cute. Like, this is really like, I don't know what's going on, but it's been great for my comedy, horrible for my sex life.
Just put it in a ponytail.
Yeah,
you're a little top.
My name's Cletus right now, and I represent the American red middle. And I would love to know, why on earth would a Latin female move to Chicago and then complain about her situation?
Well, I mean, I grew up
Aren't you living the dream? You made it from your island to Chicago. You should be happy. What do you have to complain about?
Well, first off, Indiana's not an island because that's where I was born. So,
oh, wait a minute. You weren't born on an island? Because you look like you were born on an island.
well, people that look like me were born here, a lot of them. Cletus, I know, am I blowing your mind right now, Cletus? Mind blown. We're not all immigrants.
Yeah, Cletus, you were the first immigrant. You need to go back to your country.
Right. Yeah. Cletus, sorry. We were here first.
I'm listening. My mind is blown. I'm listening. I need some explanation.
Well, people of all kinds have been here for a really long time. And then we have kids and then we stay. That's how it works. Just like your people. Cletus.
That came over here illegally and then almost died if it wasn't for my people, but we won't get into that.
But we won't talk about that.
Yeah, they should have just let you starve. I will forever stand by that. You should have just let them starve.
Oh, Cletus, I feel like we hit a nerve with you, Cletus.
It's okay. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say it because we're gonna get a lot of like backflash or flashback or whatever flashes. And it's not good.
There's really people like this in the Midwest. I never want to go.
Because what you're saying is that because we passed Roe versus Wade, now we have an immigration problem.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to respond to that. You see, this is what inbreeding does.
I'm really like, do I gotta go out and tell my friends at the trailer that like, wait, we need to be more liberal and wait, I'm confused.
Yes, Cletus, you're very, very confused. You know what? How about we just do this? Just love everybody. Just stop the judgment.
Yeah.
And just let people be. I'm gonna let you be, and just let people be. I think you're worrying about the wrong things.
That's good advice.
What should I be worried about? Can each of you beautiful women, I hope my mom's not watching, but yeah, I find Latin women beautiful, Mom.
Yeah, keep that quiet because that's not gonna get you out the trailer park. You should worry.
What should I tell secretly to my neighbors?
Secretly. Just if you identify yourself as a Christian, be more Christ-like.
You want me to be more like, you want me to be a Jew? Wait a minute. You want me to be Jewish?
Oh my God. Oh man, I am not going to Kentucky.
With a woman who's got a sister named Jesus, you want me to kill a Jew? I am confused. I'm confused.
Oh, maybe that is why they interpret things like that's how they interpret things. And then
Cletus is opening. Did you? Oh, Maria.
You know what? Maria as well. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to understand, ma'am, but you just
I'm not religious.
Hard and
I'm not a religious person, but what I know about Jesus Cristo is that he was all about just loving everybody. And you can find that in all the religions like Islam, what? Judaism.
So my neighbor
it's all about love, man.
So my neighbor that's a swinger that has them, they're called orgiasms. No, orgy something. There's just a lot of people and a lot of screaming. And you're saying that that's the future. Just love them all at the same time.
I mean, if you're lucky enough to get in one, I mean, that's fine.
That's what you're into. If that's how you love. As long as it's all consensual, then yeah. Sure.
I'm just trying to make you happy. Can you please help me?
I think the key is just like worry about yourself, man. In a nice way. Don't be anxious about it, but just do they say the do you. I think the problem is
I have carpal tunnel syndrome.
Lord baby Jesus.
You gotta alternate hands, honey. You gotta alternate hands.
I am not ambidextrous.
I'm hungry. Abondiga sounds
Why are you
really
talking about
good.
meatballs?
It's something about meatballs and dextrose. That's all I know. It's dextrose.
Sounds delicious.
Meatballs. Albondiga, dextrose. It's Mexican meatballs plus dextrose equals double-handed joy.
I want some carne asada nachos now.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, real quick, I wanted to ask Janice. Sorry, Cletus, because I don't know about food out there, and I don't really want to.
I don't know. I don't even want to know what you guys have for Mexican food.
Well, the Mexican food here, I'm sure it varies, but okay, so we have like in San Diego, especially, we have like the super fat assy, like greasy, like it's not even real Mexican food, but it's bomb. It's like we have like the breakfast burritos, the bacon, like the what do you call it? The California burritos where they put French fries in the burrito if you're carne asada burrito. Yeah, I'm not like that one's like really popular. And then you have carne asada nachos or carne asada fries. So like that's like big in San Diego, like the big like the Mexican food. What is like a staple over there in Chicago like that you can't find here that it just, or if they have it here, it's just not the same?
Oh, well, I would say, well, because there's Chicago's like Mexico City, you know that, right? It has like more Mexican.
I didn't know like it was like a big Mexican community.
It has more Mexicans. Like I think in one place Mexican and Mexican Americans, and I gotta look at the statistic, but it's like
telling me not to do my next family vacation.
right. Just check in a little village. It's just like Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, it's the same. So I wouldn't tell you Mexican food because I know you're closer to Mexico, but it really is like Mexican food. Like all the estados are represented. If you want like, if you want like Guerrero, if you want like, I mean, you can get real specific food.
I don't even know the like different regions, like the states
like,
and stuff.
Like a lot of the like anything off the Pacific.
Yeah, I don't even know what the food is. I've had like Oaxacan cuisine, and I've had, like I just like just regular like whatever like mole or tamales and like certain dishes, but I don't know where each dish is from. I don't either. Really.
I just know that they're. I'll like the restaurant. It'll be like in this style, like
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. But I would say I'm going to assume you guys don't have any Puerto Rican food out there.
You know what? Not really. And I really love, like I've had Central American food, which I know there's a lot of similar stuff. So we have a lot of Salvadorians out here.
Okay.
And I love Salvi food. Oh my God. So we do have places that like serve the like plátanos with like the crema and the queso and like the casamiento and all that stuff. And then like you could probably find, I honestly have never seen a Puerto Rican specific place. I've only seen like Guatemalan and Salvi, and I think they'll do like a sort of mishmash of like Central American, like kind of all over. Peruvian, we have Peruvian, but I've never seen Puerto Rican or Dominican specific. So I really want to.
You can get that here, and you get Cuban too. But I guess the one thing that is very Chicago, because I guess it was invented here, but I didn't know that. It's called the jibarito. It's
never heard of that.
It's a sandwich. It's basically based on the Cuban sandwich, but they use lechon instead of ham, which is pork. But then instead of bread, wait for it, they use 2 pieces of plátanos.
Oh my God!
Blowing minds here. Yeah, and it's a very, very Chicago thing.
Oh man, that sounds.
I think people are starting to do it in New York. I'm gonna do my research, but I believe it was like invented here. Just like kind of like the Cuban sandwich was really invented in Miami. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So
I like
some people say Tampa, and that's where I lived. So they have a beef like about. Because some put pickles on, there's a whole thing. But I'm not going to get into because I'm still mad at you for voting for Trump. But anyway, I'm going to.
Don't be mad. Like, look,
was that a huge thing? It was specifically Cubans that like they did some sort of like statistic.
South Florida, the Cubans, the Venezuelanos.
Wow, I was hearing about that.
Equating Democrats with socialists, which is not true. That's not how it works.
You
can tell us what social, but no, more what communism is, which again is not socialism.
Right.
I'm gonna take these people to school. I can only give you so many books to read. You're gonna have to educate yourself. There you go. Okay, I like it.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So. Now I'm hungry, but how about to get some grub?
Honestly, I haven't eaten lunch, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to eat something.
We got some comedy shows coming up this weekend that I'm super excited about.
Let's do it.
Oh, yes.
What do you got?
Tonight at 7 p.m. The Misfit Toys are representing on Dat Fan and Friends at 7 p.m. Is that right, Miss Maria Del Rio?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't even know you were on the show until I saw the flyer.
My book. I don't even
So
know.
tonight, okay, if you want a free ticket, this is how you do it. Maria and I gonna represent. You gotta text this number.
Mariah.
First of all, who is Mariah?
What?
Who is Mariah? Why is this bitch coming in and trying to steal my thunder?
She's Janice's friend.
Oh my God.
Mariah is best friends with Janice.
Janice,
Okay, very well.
She like can't dance, but she can sing really good, you know? Like
Maria.
Mariah, I feel like she likes pumpkin spice lattes.
Yes, she does.
Can't win.
Which I hate.
Can't win this situation. I'm trying my hardest.
You have autocorrect on it or something?
It does. Every time I type in Maria, it just puts Mariah.
That's that colonization.
Right. That's institutionalized racism, my brother. Right. It's true.
Tonight
So me and
at
Iggy, not Mariah, but Maria and Iggy.
And Iggy. 7 o'clock.
Maria, good girl. Maria
Oh my God.
and
Ray,
Iggy.
Ray's like, that's 3 a.m. here.
Friday
Yeah, it's 4
10.
Oh, Ray is a real,
Another time,
he's a
another
real
time.
one. He watched one of our shows and it was like 2 a.m. He is a real one. Ray, when I visit the UK, I'm definitely making a pit stop and we're going to go to a pub or whatever it is that you do. I don't know if you actually
Did I do it right?
It closed at
No,
11.
it's still Mariah.
9. The pub closed at 11.
Now
What?
it's just,
Wait, really?
Yeah. In
What?
Britain. In England. Tell me if I'm wrong, Ray. I think I'm still right.
Oh my
That's
God.
nice. Yeah, I lived there for a minute.
figure it out. We know who Maria is.
Yeah, who it is. It's me. My alter ego, she drinks pumpkin spice lattes and likes pumpkin cinnamon candles from
Right.
Bath and Body. Ugh. Oh God. I hate
Mention Misfit Toys. Text the number. You will get a free online login tonight at 7. Tomorrow, we are doing a Misfit Toys live show in Mexico.
Oh
It's
my
going to
God.
be amazing. Just log on to Misfit Toys on any of our IG, social, etc. You will find out how to get tickets and how to see that show. That being said,
it.
what's going on
Saturday.
inside town? Anything popping up?
Well, actually, unfortunately, I can't watch your show tonight, so I'm not going to promote it because I want them to watch your show. Because it's your show. But how about next Saturday is our Las Locas show. That's the show that I produce. That is at 8 p.m. Central.
That I was on once. It
Yeah.
was great. It's
How do I get
amazing.
tickets to Las Locas?
Still dig. Go to laslocas.com/tickets. We're doing it all for that.
LasLocas.com.
I'm sorry, Las Locas
Backslash-
Comedy. I don't even know my own website. LasLocasComedy.com. Sorry.
Wait, Las Locas Comedy.
Yeah, I'm such a I should know my own thing.
Something in the air today. We're all just like,
Comedy.com/tickets.
Yeah, exactly what you did, except and that's
Except-
actually I'm really proud of that because we're
Maria,
almost like every
Mariah.
other show we're doing comedy for a cause. So the net proceeds go to Pilsen Food Bank. You forgot the why.
I'm trying.
He's like, I know too many languages.
that's real.
I'm sure
It really
people
does.
like
You
know.
know, when you can cuss me out in Russian, then we can talk
Then we
about
can talk,
spelling
right?
mistakes.
No, I know. No, dude, I have nothing but respect. So yeah, so it's part fundraiser, because there's a lot of food insecurity going on, and as we're getting into the holidays, and Chicago's like shut down again. The mayor just put on a bunch of
Oh shoot.
restrictions again because Illinois is really bad right now with the Rona, guys. So I'm staying my happy ass inside. So I'm glad you had me on, but I'm not even trying to go to the grocery store or nothing. Like,
Oh, I know. Start
I'm acting like
Instacarting
it's March
everything.
again. It's worse than it was when it started. It's really bad. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
LasLocasComedy.com tickets.
That's it.
Get it tonight. Text that number. Get tickets. Prepared to put your phone in place. Don't do nothing else. It's like a meditation and comedy.
That will murder you.
And then Saturday, I'm actually doing a live show in San Diego. San Diego. And it's a free show. So if you're in the San Diego area, if you go to my website or my Instagram or Facebook, you just
Mariah?
email, like DM me, huh?
How do you spell Maria?
Without the H, baby. It's just Maria. There's no H. That's it.
It's like
You had it right.
Mariah.com.
And Maria.
That doesn't, because it's Mariah if you put an H. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Because it's Mariah.
Fails.
She didn't.
Maria.
He spelled it wrong. You forgot the R.
Oh my God, you forgot the R. Are you joking out right now?
I can't. I'm trying so hard.
Oh my
You
God,
so
that's so funny.
Okay, hold up. Let's see if we did it right this time.
Hold up.
Yes. Maria de la Ghetto.
Maria
That's
de
it.
la Ghetto.
That's it.
Boys, Maria de la Ghetto.
You will find information for the free live show. It's outdoors. So bring a scarf. It's a little nippy in San Diego.
Oh my God, what's nippy? What's
Oh my God, I'm a weenie. Okay, I'm Islander.
Nippy, you're Asian, so you're allowed to say that, but
You're right. Oh my God, I used to get nipper all the time when I was younger.
By the way, for all of my students watching, if you did not understand the art of the purposeful misunderstanding and the purposeful confusion, you have now seen how much laughter you can get when you do mistakes on purpose.
There you
Good
go.
cover.
Oh,
Like, I misspelled it on
nice
purpose.
Sound of Music reference. I'm there with you.
Wait, what? I didn't get it. I don't know.
Oh, what?
Log in, get that workshop at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Message us, misfittoyscomedy@gmail.com. We've got next week, we're doing Las Locas. Tonight, we're hitting up the Death Band. Tomorrow, we're in Mexico. Saturday, we're in San Diego. We're taking over. We're taking over. Thank you so much, ladies. I love you. I love you.
Love you. I'm
Ciao.
hungry now because I'm hungry. Thank you.
Oh my God, me too. Bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.